Hi guys, wrapping up Classic Rock Week today with another dandy. This one from 1979. And if you remember back quite a while ago, I talked about sometimes you go to friends' houses or you get together at parties and people would have one album from a certain musician. But everybody seemed to have that one single album. It seemed to be the one that was popular. Carole Kane's Tapestry. Jackson Browne's Running on Empty. Meatloaf, Bat Out of Hell. Chris de Burgh's Spanish Train. If you had one album by that band, that was the one you had. Today's kind of the same thing. I forgot I do have the CD for this one. Wow, there we go, man. Hold on. Grab that out. This one I had is 8-track. And if you remember, I told you about 8-tracks there last week. You a lot of times did not get very much information with them. You really got nothing because it just went into your car and that was it. You had no packaging, nothing that you could really look at. So this one I had on 8-track, and just in the last week or two, it was part of a package that was dropped off at the studio. Yes, it's Supertramp's Breakfast in America. Now, you have one Supertramp album, probably this was going to be it. I know for myself, I did not have a lot of Supertramp. I bought this one based on the amount of airplay it was getting and the number of hits I was hearing, and really enjoyed what I had. It was in my car. I listened to it a lot when I was on the road. So it was a great road tape, but some nice hits in there as well. Again, 1979 it came out. Won 2 awards for Best Album Package and Best Engineering. It's lineup for the time. Let's take a look at who's on here. We've got Rick Davies for vocals, keyboards. Roger Hodgson doing vocals and keyboards and guitars. John Helliwell on saxophone, vocals, and woodwinds. Steve Seidenberg on drums, and Dougie Thompson on bass. Now we had a few extra players in there, Slide Hyde and Gary Mielke doing some background work as well. But that was the core of the group. Now, the songs, same thing. I'd heard the hits, so I tend to focus on them. And I'm just going to give you an idea. There's a couple of different versions out there. This is the one would be my original version here. Songs are all written by Davies and Roger Hodgson. And here we go. Gone Hollywood. We got the Logical song. That was one of their big hits. One that got a lot of airplay. Goodbye Stranger, another one. Breakfast in America. I mean, there's 3 in a row that were like multiple plays, and you hardly ever turned on the radio you didn't hear one of them. I mean, that's just the way it was. Take the Long Way Home. I mean, another classic. Lord It's Mine, Just Another Nervous Wreck. Casual Conversations. Child of Vision. So we're looking at about 10 tunes on the original album that came out. But if you go online and check the streaming networks, I see we got deluxe editions out there now, and a lot of times they throw a lot more in. I got one here, deluxe edition. Just to give you an idea what we're looking at, we've got live versions from the Pavilion in Paris. We've got live from Wembley Stadium doing Breakfast in America. Long Way Home live at Wembley. So we're getting some live. Sometimes those bonus things also include demo versions. This one's mainly live that they've added in. So now we got another 12 tunes in here of live versions of those same songs. Sometimes that's really great because a lot of times I'll advise you to buy live album, greatest hits, to give a good idea what the band's doing. Now I will say one thing. We talked about this album too. I said, well, you know, you might only have one of them. Meatloaf's Bat Out of Hell. When it came out on CD, somebody had added a live version of Bat Out of Hell. Didn't find it quite worked as well as the recorded version, but that was just me. On here, you've got the bonuses added on, so if you want a little different variation on it, you want to hear what they sound like live, there you go. Streaming network provides that for you. If you want the hard copy like I have, then you've got the booklet. Hey, try to get in there all the words for singing along. And I'll tell you, back in the day, we used to put this on the turntable if it was an album, or put it in the CD player, and it was nothing to sit there and stretch out on the couch and sing along with those tunes. But like I say, a great album. I didn't get another one after. This was my only Supertramp album. I really enjoyed it. But again, it was a financial thing. I mean, only buy so many albums, and if you've been watching the show, I had a lot of different interests, so there was a lot of places for that money to go. But if you only hear one Supertramp album, this one I would recommend. I mean, a lot of great hits, great performances. It just stood out as a, I don't want to say it's a breakout album because probably Supertramp had a lot before this, but for me, it was the one that got my attention, the one that drew me in. And I was not disappointed. Listened to it an awful lot. So that's something to kick off the weekend with. Let's take a trip back to the late 70s. Supertramp. We've had a great week of classic rock. We looked at Beach Boys. Perfect for weekend entertaining and driving and just having a good time. We looked at Alice Cooper. Again, great hits, great memories. Supertramp. Any or all of those would be a great addition to your weekend. So that's it for this week. Everybody enjoy your Saturday, Sunday off. Oh, it's not even the weekend yet. I got a couple more hours. Still riding up Friday. Save these for Saturday, Sunday. Enjoy your Saturday, Sunday off, and we'll see you on Monday. Thanks for stopping by.